Mic check, 1 2, mic check 1 2. Mic check. All right, we're good. All right, what's up? What's going on? Happy Tuesday of Thanksgiving week. I know a lot of you are probably very excited because I'm sure everybody has Thursday, Friday off or whatever it may be. But appreciate you guys tuning in. Got a lot to get into. Obviously, we are going to tune into Mike Bobo's presser at 12:30. So we've got that coming up. Apparently, Deshaun Fenwick has said that Luke Doty and Colin Hill have been splitting the reps this week. The only thing I want to hear Mike Bobo say in this presser is that Luke Doty is our starting quarterback. Bottom line. Bottom line, dude. That's got to be the move. That's got to be the move. So I don't even want to entertain the thought that Colin Hill is going to start that football game Saturday. Don't even want to entertain it. Okay, yeah, taking your calls, questions, 843-790-3377, guys. I will put the phone number here. Like I said, we're going to tune into the Mike Bobo presser at 12:30. Really interested to hear what Bobo has to say, especially in regards to the quarterback situation. Deshaun Fenwick apparently coming out saying the quarterbacks have been splitting reps this week. So with that being said, I think unfortunately, Mike Bobo is probably going to drag this thing out to it. Well, I guess the call-in show's tonight, right? Can somebody confirm? I'm pretty positive the call-in show is tonight at 7 because Thursday is Thanksgiving. Pretty positive that's the case. So we may not know who the starting quarterback is until kickoff, which sucks, but, we'll see. So again, guys, appreciate you guys tuning in. As you can see, like I said before, this is one of my favorite weeks of the year. Almost dated a Georgia girl, but her brother beat me to it. So that's something that Georgia and Clemson have in common. Yeah, dude. So funny story. I'd probably say hate Georgia more than Clemson. Before Clemson started winning, for sure, I hated Georgia. I mean, I hate Georgia with a passion. So funny story behind it, too. Grew up going to a church. I grew up on the border between South Carolina and Georgia. Grew up going to a church in Martinez, Georgia, surrounded by dog fans. And from that experience, yeah, it was brutal. So I've never been too fond of Georgia. Let's put it that way. So, but again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. The phone lines are indeed open. So if you guys want to call in, ask your questions, we can talk quarterbacks, we can talk Georgia, we can talk whatever you want. Hey, we can talk your favorite Thanksgiving food, whatever. I know I'm excited, and we're all excited for Thanksgiving. Eat some good food on Turkey Day. So yeah, really, really pumped. So let's see. Hunter Brown, we know after this Saturday if Hill is coming back. I don't know when that's that type of thing. I'm sure that wouldn't be announced until after the season. After the season is when it would be. So let's see. Tanner Poor, Luke might need to learn to slide because them Georgia guys will kill him if he gets hit a lot. Yeah, no, I agree. He joked about that after the game too. But yeah, you got to slide at this level, man. You got to slide at this level. So we're going to go ahead and jump to the phone lines here. Yo, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm doing good. My name's Bob.
What's up, Bob? How are you?
I'm a big Georgia fan.
Nice. I'm sure you're excited for the game Saturday.
Yep.
You got a question?
I'll beat you on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, probably so. I mean, you're a 3-touchdown favorite, so I'd surely think so. I don't think many people are going to be picking South Carolina to win this football game. So, last year was fun, and you never know when Georgia and Carolina step on the field. But no, it's a tall task.
Y'all
South,
yeah. 25-0.
25-0.
We're gonna own y'all.
All right, fair enough. The Georgia fans are calling in. They got pissed off because I said I hated Georgia. Probably the sign too. I mean, dude, Georgia's a 3-touchdown favorite. By the way, before this Bobo presser, by the way, I do want to show you guys this. I want to read you guys. The College Football News came out with their prediction. If you guys do want to hear it, I think I forgot to do it last week. I mean, there was so much going on, but came out with their prediction. I was about to post it to Twitter if you guys do want to hear it. Let's see. To hell with Georgia for sure. Hold on. We'll wait. We'll wait a second on that. We got a call coming in on the phone lines. Here we go. Hey, Parrish, what's going on, man?
Hey, Chris, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing all right. I just want to state one thing real quick, man. I watched the show earlier with Alex on there. I feel like he made a lot of good points about Shane Beamer. Like, he actually made me feel a lot better.
Yeah,
Shane Beamer decision.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing too, man. Is like why I'm not too worried about it. About like with the coaching search in the sense of no matter who South Carolina hires, there's going to be backlash from some section of people. You know what I mean? There's some people that think, for the amount of people that think each hire would be a great hire, there's that almost same amount of people on the other side that think it would be a terrible hire. You know what I mean? So like, I know for me, like I'd be down with Beamer. Yeah, it's a huge risk for sure. And like we made the point on the show today that, just because he's never been on the short list of candidates doesn't mean he's never been offered a head coaching job. Like he's unqualified or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So no, listen, he'd be a huge risk. There's no doubt. But I've said it since Muschamp got canned. This is the perfect time to roll the dice. Why not? Take a chance. Right. You know what I mean? Like I saw a report come out this morning. Hugh Freeze has already indicated he wants to be at Tennessee. Like, I don't think Freeze is happening. And I would just tell you guys, I'd put very good money on it's either going to be Napier or Beamer. And at this point, I'd probably side with the Beamer side of things. So just my take on it. We'll see.
Yeah, Beamer gives me, no lie, I got a couple of Clemson fans at my job work with. Them boys, like, diehard Clemson fans. When they were talking so much junk about, man, you guys better not hire Frank Beamer, son. I'm like, he just like Dabo was in like 2007.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't no different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, them guys are heavily recruiters. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they give you car salesman vibes. You know what I mean? Like, they can sell you. Like, they can recruit anybody. They can go in your house.
Yeah, I think
like Alex said earlier, they can go in your house and recruit anybody.
Yeah, I think Beamer would definitely be like the CEO type. And I can tell you guys, and I don't know how this is going to make everybody feel, but I'll just say that I've heard from my people that if Beamer gets the job, I've heard that if Beamer or Napier get the job, they're going to keep Bobo on staff. How would you feel about that?
Ooh, I'm going to be honest with you. I kind of, you know what? I was telling that 2 games ago. I ain't going to lie to you because I feel like if Bobo has the balls enough to start Luke Doty, then I wouldn't mind seeing him next year. Because I know, because I find next year we need somebody. Like, we're going to have Beamer, whoever the head coach is, but our offensive coordinator has to be able to want to make changes and take risks. I think starting Luke Doty Saturday will be a huge risk, but that would make me feel more comfortable with Bobo. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree. These last 2 games are definitely going to tell you a lot. I mean, I'm somebody that I was totally opposed to no Bobo. As much good as he's done this year, but again, my question with Bobo is he open to running a spread forward-thinking offense? And I mean, again, I see the people. I appreciate the call, man. I'm gonna take it off the phone lines, but I appreciate you calling in.
Hey, no problem.
Yeah, man. Take care. And I see the people commenting just like it'd be a trash hire. It'd be a who? All right, who's the candidates? Freeze? I mean, it's gonna be either Freeze, Napier, Beamer. Who else? I mean, really though, like that are realistic candidates. Like I think, it's a trash hire because he's unproven. Hey, Will Muschamp was proven. He was a proven loser. So, I mean, what, I think people get caught up on the experience thing. Bad experience is not a positive. Looks like we got another call coming in here from my hometown, North Augusta. How about that? I think that's going to be a troll. Yep. Scott Satterfield. Okay. That's fine. Okay. Like I said, I'm open to a lot of these guys. I'm open to a lot of these guys for sure. Let's see. Like I said, we're going to watch the Bobo presser at 12:30, by the way, guys. So if you have any questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. Let's see. Cody Gaskins, Bobo hasn't done anything this year. Why keep him? listen, I'm not huge on keeping Bobo either. I'm not, I'm not big on it. So, I just, again, is he open? These last two games are going to tell a lot. These last two games are going to tell a lot for sure. So let's go back to the phone. Houston, Texas. How about it? Yeah, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, Chris?
Not much. How are you?
This is Jonathan, man.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm good. Hey, man, I'm out here in Houston, Texas, and I'm a diehard Gamecock fan. I'm from South Carolina, but man, Shane Beamer will be a good hire, bro, because he's recruiting Texas out here, and he's getting all the good players, man. And I feel like for the Gamecocks, we need someone that's gonna hit that recruiting trail hard, bro.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree, man. Again, pretty much at this point, anybody you hire is going to be rolling the dice. You know what I mean? So if Beamer gets the job, I'll be behind him 100%. If Napier gets it, if Freeze gets it, if whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I'll be behind him 100%. So I just look at it as you're rolling the dice no matter what. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to roll the dice no matter what. So it could turn out really poorly. It could turn out really well. You don't know. So.
Right. But I mean, why not? Like I heard you said, it's a good time for the Gamecocks to roll the dice, and I'm 100% behind that. I believe that. Hopefully, Beamer get the job, man, and we can move forward with it.
Yeah,
that's all I have to say, bro.
Yeah, man. Hey, I appreciate the call for sure.
Hearing you. All right.
Thanks, man. Bye. Appreciate you. Thank you. No, yeah, again, good stuff. You know what I mean? Good stuff. Now, North Augusta, you call back in. North Augusta caller, call back in. If I missed your call back in. 843-790-3377, guys. Let's see. Brian says, if we get an offensive-minded coach, who do you think will be a good option for defensive coordinator? I mean, I've heard Charlie Strong, Derek Mason, if he gets fired from Vandy. There are definitely good options. There are definitely good options out there for sure. Robbie Jennings, scared of Bobo, took him 7 games to give another quarterback a chance. Was it him or was it Muschamp? I don't know. I don't know. The first time that Bobo was in control, he made the change. So, yo, what's going on, man?
How you doing, man?
What's up? I'm doing well. How are you?
Man, I'm worried for this game Saturday.
Yeah, me too. I don't have high hopes, to be honest.
Yeah, man. I'm calling as a Georgia fan, actually.
Nice.
I'm being cool, but I don't want us to fold like last year. Because I know last year we were a big favorite, and
right.
we blew it, you know?
Yeah, I think, and not to spoil my prediction for later in the week, but I said it before the season. I think Georgia's going to come in with revenge on their mind. Georgia has so much riding on this. They're still, competing for the SEC East. Yeah, it's a must win for them. They're not going to sleepwalk through this game. It's not a noon kick or anything. So, weird things happen when Georgia and Carolina get on the field. You just never really know because there's so much familiarity with the rosters and all that stuff. But I mean, realistically, you take a look at South Carolina's football team. I mean, how are they going to score points? Georgia, I think, has one of the best defenses in the entire country.
Yeah,
I
thought it was going to be tougher, but y'all lost J.C. Horn, a great corner, and Mukwamu, who's also a really good corner, in my opinion.
Yeah.
How do you feel about them leaving y'all?
I mean, again, they made a business decision. Mukwamu was going to be out the rest of the year anyways. He had a groin injury. He wasn't going to play again. Yeah. But no, look, those guys made a business decision. They had to make a decision best for them. And, it's just the world of college football we live in. Guys opt out, guys for different reasons, whatever. I saw JC go on yesterday and talk about, his family situation with his family members getting COVID and stuff. So, I mean, listen, they make all the decisions that are best for them. And I know South Carolina fans appreciate the time they did spend at Carolina and the plays they made and the fun memories and all. But, obviously I think we all would have loved to seen them finish it out. Like I said, Izzy wouldn't have played anyways. I mean, I don't think that's whatever, but, is what it is. It just is what it is. It's just the reality of college football. And, when you fire your coach, stuff like that happens. So you just kind of take that in stride. So
the hell with Carolina. Go them fucking dogs. Fuck Carolina. Woo!
How we got so many Georgia fans calling in here on a Tuesday? We got where are the Gamecocks? Y'all gonna let the Georgia fans call in today? Jesus Christ! Got dogs calling in left and right. It's crazy. Andrew Bowers, Derek Mason will be the dumbest hire ever. Never had a good defense at Vandy. If we hire him, our defense will be way worse. Well, I mean, it's Vandy. It's Vandy. So, Savannah Webster, yeah, I'm grossed out too. Those damn dirty dogs. Yeah, let's go back to the phone lines here. Got a call from Clinton, South Carolina. Hey, what's going on, man? I'll just say that this call is going to be an upgrade as long as you're not a Georgia fan. So you're already off to a hot start if you're a Gamecock.
I'm the biggest Gamecock fan out here, boy.
Good deal. We're having a lot of Georgia fans call in today for some reason.
I want fans to I want to come and give my statement on Luke Doty. I'm not taking nothing away from him. I want fans to understand that this week with Luke Doty, it's going to be a whole different ball game because of the team speed Georgia brings to the table. Missouri did not get a chance to prepare for him. And like Bobo said, there was a lot of man coverages, so it gave Doty a chance to run because, in man coverage, the corner's backs are turned to the quarterback.
Yeah.
Now that Georgia has him, plus Georgia got the best defenses, one of the best defenses in the SEC. They're gonna prepare for Doty. But I do think Doty's your guy, and he gives you your best chance to win. He moves the ball, and he's going to scramble with his legs to get out the pocket. But he's going to be a freshman, and he's going to make freshman mistakes. So yeah. I want fans to realize he's not a savior right now, but he has the potential to be a savior.
Yeah. No, I mean, and I would say, though, especially when we talk about Georgia's defense and the athleticism and how good they are, to me, it's even more reason that you have to play Luke Doty. And you're right, though. Fans need to come into this game understanding and realizing, there's going to be a lot of growing pains, especially in a game like this. Georgia's defense is legit. But, again, on the show today, I voiced that concern to Alex McGrath and said, I kind of hate his first career start may come against Georgia. He made the point, who doesn't hate it? Luke Doty, man. It's what you dream about. This is what he was when he was at Myrtle Beach High School last year. This is what he was envisioning. I'm going to get the start against the Georgia Bulldogs. Like, that's – you know what I'm saying? So I know he'll be looking forward to it. But again, like you said, definitely fans understand he's not going to go out there probably and throw for 400 yards and rush for 100. He's a true freshman, and it's going to be rough. But I know you'd probably agree. Maybe you wouldn't, but I think most fans would rather take their lumps with Luke Doty right now than trot Colin Hill back out there. You know what I mean?
Because Colin Hill's a statue to me.
Yeah,
I feel
he
like
is.
Georgia's going to blitz him. And he's just going to fall down. That's what Colin Hill does at best. He's got 24 sacks on the year.
Yeah.
But it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
For sure. No, for sure, man. I'm excited either way. I think if nothing else, Georgia's a 3-touchdown favorite, man. I don't think any of us are expecting anything crazy on Saturday night. But if nothing else, at least the Doty factor will get you on the edge of your seat, get you excited for the football game. And I think that's all Gamecock fans have been asking all whole season.
I just wish, Mike Bobo would have put Doty in, maybe started him 3 games earlier than this, so, he can get his whistle in instead of going in through the big dogs of Georgia on his, first start. Maybe if he started him 3 or 4 games ago, this could be a different Luke Doty.
Well, do you think it was Bobo or do you think it was Muschamp? That's the question.
I think it's Bobo's trying to save his job. That's what it is, because he knows if he wants to stay at South Carolina, he has to have the fan vote. And if he keeps playing Colin Hill, the fans are going to hate him.
Right.
That's what
I joked about it, but I'm half serious. If he starts Colin Hill on Saturday, I think this fan base will mutiny.
Yeah. I think he's trying to save his job.
Yeah.
That's because I'm hearing that Napier is going to keep Bobo, and I'm also hearing Shane Beaver will bring in Lincoln Riley's brother, Garrett Riley as OC if he gets the job. So if Beamer gets if Napier gets the job, of course he's going to keep Bobo because they got the same mindset, same scheme. But my deal is I want Beamer. I like the fire, the recruiting, ability, and he's got a lot of resources. He's coached under some great coaches, former Spurrier, Kirby. The list goes on. So
we'll see. We'll see. We will see.
Alrighty,
for sure.
Thank you, sir. Go Gamecocks.
Yeah, man. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. I missed your call. You guys are sure to call in 843-790-3377. Just reading some of these comments from the pressers on Twitter. Looks like Jalen Foster will not be walking for senior day, but says he's not sure what he'll do next year. Nick Muse is going to walk. Not sure what he plans on doing next year. Who else? Let's see. Jabari Ellis says that. Where is it? Where did it go? I just had it. Where did it go? I just had it. I think it says he's not going to walk, but will not be walking, but he's not sure yet if he's going to come back. Let's see. Let's go back to the phone lines here. Jump back to the phone lines.
Hello, Chris Phillips.
Hold up. Okay. All right. Taking you guys' questions, comments, calls. We got about 9 minutes before the start of the Mike Bobo presser. Yes, I'm going to put the presser up. Yes, absolutely. Just like we do every single week. So, Brad Vale Napier would not keep Bobo because they obviously run two different style of offenses. That's just what I've heard. Skyland Reed Davis, man, appreciate the call for sure. Appreciate it. Appreciate you always tuning in. Thank you for the love, support, man. Awesome stuff. A call from, let's see, getting a lot of like spam calls today. Lance Player, would it come down here in Orlando? Haven't been able to chime in much. How about Luke Doty? Luke the Dude Doty. Yeah, Lance, appreciate you tuning in as always, man. Yeah, it's good stuff. Again, just gives you a reason to be excited. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's going to go out there and have some crazy game, but man, at least it just gives you a reason to be excited for Gamecock football again. Span Webster, can y'all like empty the stands if they don't make the right call at quarterback? I mean, it's just going to be absurd if they trot Colin Hill back out there. Brad says excited for some Gamecock basketball tomorrow night. I am too. No, I'm very excited for basketball season. By the way, that reminds me, guys, tomorrow's podcast will be the official season preview for Gamecocks basketball. Full preview show breaking down the schedule, the team, returners, departures, predictions, all that good stuff. I'm really, really excited to talk some Gamecocks basketball because, again, I feel really good about this team. I do. I think a lot of us do. I think this is the best team South Carolina's had since that Final Four year. So I'm excited. I'm excited for Gamecocks basketball, man. Very, very excited. Let's see. Owen Turner, what schools will Helinski transfer to? I think it's going to be a small in-state school. You've heard Mississippi State as well, but I think most likely Ryan's going to be out. So just a hunch. So Hunter Brown, do you think the men's program will ever get to the recruiting level the women's program is at? I don't. That's tough, man. What Dawn has built, it'd be tough to match. It'd be very tough to match that. So, Tyler Noel, everyone saw in the second half. Luke's the future. Got to have him be QB1. These last two games are invaluable to his progression and will only make him better next year, in my opinion. Yeah, it's so funny too. It's ironic. Was we were walking towards the stadium Saturday. I said that I thought Luke was kind of, in line to be the quarterback of the future, to be the starter next year. And especially with the offense, I think you're most likely going to run a spread attack, a more modern offense, up-tempo, stuff like that. So, and ironically, he gets in there. I think you kind of see why I said that. I mean, just the dual threat nature, man. I mean, it's shades of Connor Shaw, and what he can do for South Carolina, no other quarterback on this roster can do. So, Tristan Dixon, Ryan to Clemson, wouldn't that be some shit? No, that won't happen. That will not. Dude, they've got a quarterback. I mean, no offense to Ryan, but there ain't no way he'd go to Clemson and beat out DJ, whatever the heck his last name is. So, Justin Stevenson, do you think Helinski will transfer? Yes, 100%. I think 100% he's going to transfer. So let's go back out to the phone lines.
Julian.
Yo, Julian, what's up, man?
I do almost fuck my big black ass.
God almighty. Really? Is it like it's Georgia week, bro? The scum of the earth is coming out. The scum of the earth is coming out here on a Tuesday. At least you give us a good laugh, if nothing else. So I'm just pretty much at this point, if it's a Georgia number, I'm not going to pick it up. So apologize, guys, for the explicits there. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, hey, that's how you know it's Georgia week. It's rivalry week. You know, I don't know. I don't know whether to laugh or be pissed. No, it's rivalry week, man. That's the dogs. That's the dogs. They're still mad about Rodrigo Blankenship pulling that field goal. They're still upset. Andrew Bowers, is it a do or die year for baseball? And if Kingston doesn't get it done, is he out the door? At minimum, you have to make the postseason. When you say do or die, I mean, you have to absolutely make the postseason. You know, I've talked with people. I'm really excited for Gamecock baseball, too. I think basketball and baseball both, man, are going to be really solid for Carolina this year. And I've talked with the guys from D1Baseball.com. You know, we've talked. I think this is the best South Carolina roster baseball-wise since 2012. So I'm really pumped for it, man. Really, really pumped. So, okay, we got the presser in about 3.5 minutes, guys. I'm going to go ahead and start sharing the screen here so we can tune into this. So, okay. And once it gets going, I will make it full screen. But again, guys, appreciate you all tuning in here on a Tuesday. Yeah, we've had some Georgia calls today. That's how you know we're getting close. Good stuff. Very, very funny stuff. So we're going to take one last call before the presser here. Hopefully this is a legitimate call. Yo, Forrest, what's up, man? You got about 3 minutes. What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on, man? Not a lot. I just want to say, from out of nowhere, but in the midst of all this craziness, how good is it to actually say, we beat Georgia last year, and we can, live with that for just, maybe we lose Saturday, and now it's some positive to, have something that go that way for us for once.
Yeah, I mean, we get to enjoy it for a few more days. And the irony that it's supposed to be rivalry week in the sense of Clemson week, but you got Georgia instead. So it's fun to relive that, obviously, and that's obviously one of the greatest wins I'd say in school history. I mean, incredible. So, let's savor it. Talk shit to Georgia fans, live with it for a few more days, and get ready for Saturday. So.
Yeah, for sure. Interesting to hear this presser, but I appreciate your time, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks so much. I appreciate the call. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Let's gear up for this. See what's happening. No, the Georgia fans, I think they're calling on their their Walmart pay by minute phones or whatever the hell you call them. So it's all good. No, it's all in good fun, man. I appreciate the Georgia fans calling in. That's what makes this game fun, honestly, is the hate between the two schools and the rivalry. So. Love the fact they're letting Luke Doty speak to the media. Like, that's awesome, Let's see. Okay. Yep. Should be getting going here in just a second. So, Justin Stevenson says he better be starting Doty. I'm going to flip my lid at home and throw my damn phone. I mean, dude, trust me. I feel the same way, man. It's such a given. Like, I understand gamesmanship and you don't want to foil the game plan, but, like, give me a break, dude. We all know who the best option is. We all know who needs to be playing quarterback. Put number 4 out there. So. But I highly doubt in this presser he's going to reveal who the starting quarterback is. I doubt it. Here we go. Let me know that you guys can hear it, by the way. You should be able to, but.
Yeah, I will.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get started here with Coach Bobo. He will make an opening statement, and we'll open up for questions. Go ahead, Coach.
All right, thanks, guys, for coming. Georgia week, get to play an opponent, Georgia, that's a very, very good football team, has very, very good players. I know they're a little bit beat up on the defensive side of the ball, but I think they've been getting some guys back. The thing about them, when you turn on the tape, is the size and the speed on both sides of the ball. We'll always say that they have good players, but they do an excellent job of coaching those players. They play great team defense. They do a great job matching coverage in defense, matching patterns defensively. They know how to fit runs offensively. They've been a little bit ball control until this last game when they inserted JT Daniels. I know they had a little bit of trouble running the ball the past game, but that defensive scheme will do it to you. I've gone against it when I was at Colorado State for 5 years, the Rocky Long defense from San Diego State. But, JT showed the ability to put the ball in the air, throw the ball vertically. They got George Pickens back, who's an outstanding receiver, is a home run threat every time he's on the field. I've been really impressed with number 7, Burton, the true freshman that plays in the slot, ability to get open. And like always, Georgia has a number of backs that, they all look very, very similar. Special teams, I think they're sound in special teams. I think they've got great returners. They're one of the few teams that, when you kick the ball off, they're trying to bring it out every time. And I think they've played 3 different guys on kickoff return, and all of them are eager to carry it. And they've had a lot of positive plays. Momentum plays in special teams, especially kickoff return. As long as punt return, Jackson is dangerous in punt return too. So it's a big challenge for us, playing these guys. But like I said, after the game, it's the last game of the season at home for a lot of our seniors, the ones that aren't going to come back. I'm not sure on the number of that, but a lot of these seniors, this will be their last game at Williams-Brice Stadium. So we're working extremely hard this week to get a good plan, go on the field, and get ready to play a talented football team. So I'll open it up for questions.
Say Doty's the starter.
How's it going, Mike? Thanks for doing this today. Hope you're well. Do you know?
Do you win the lottery every week? How come you get the first question? Is that how that works? Okay.
But during players, a lot of guys got the first, But, I was just wondering, do you know who your starting quarterback is on Saturday? And if not, when do you plan to make that decision?
Yeah, we know who our starting quarterback is going to be, but we're not going to announce it to the public.
Mike Gillespie.
Hey, Coach, I'm wondering, who does Luke Doty remind you of? Maybe, professionally, or guys that you've played with or coached in the past?
It's a good question.
The game is afoot.
The thing I had a talk with Luke yesterday, and I said, the thing I said, I want you to be Luke Doty. I don't want you to be, anybody else
Plot thickens.
other than Luke Doty.
Yeah, it's definitely Doty. It's definitely Doty, bro. No question.
Going to happen.
It's 100% Doty.
Guys, I'm stressing for him to be Luke Doty and be who he is.
Yeah, it's 100%
Doty he can be. In his football skills and how he runs, how he throws, and his leadership skills too. Don't try to be me. Don't try to be Connor Shaw. You got to be Luke Doty, because that's who's genuine. When you're genuine, that's when people will follow you.
Mike Yuba.
Mike, 2 questions. One, there no new guys in terms of opting out this week. We're good.
No, sir.
All right, thank you. And the second question I want to ask you is, obviously players made their own, decisions up last week for themselves and their family, but for a guy like Hutchinson to say those comments, I don't know if you had a chance to listen to him after the game last week, but just speaking in terms of just the leadership and just wanting to be there for those younger guys, what does that mean for you right now, especially in the role that you're currently in?
It means a lot. When you're trying to get a team ready to play, and we're going through what we're going through, not just losing their coach, but the ability to opt out at any time for guys, and really no penalty of losing a year or losing, your scholarship or losing your cost attendance. You don't lose anything, and it's trying to teach these, these kids that are here that, you're playing for more than yourself. And that was a great example of him standing up and saying, it's not just about me. It's about this team. It's about showing these guys how to show up and go to work every day. And I've loved coaching this kid or being a part of in the room coaching him. When we've struggled at times, he's walked up, came up to my office and we've talked, and it hadn't been about, what we're doing schematically or who's playing, or it's what can I do to help us, to be better coach. And that's been his attitude since day one. And I think his play has reflected that. I think he's having an outstanding year this year and enjoying playing football.
Dick Cox.
Mike, it's Georgia week. You were an outstanding quarterback at Georgia, great offensive coordinator there. I know when I was in coaching, playing against my alma mater, used to get my juices flowing a little bit. I wouldn't admit it, but does this game a little bit special to you or get your juices going in a different way?
It's I can sit here and say, hey, it's another opponent. It's, we got to get ready to play. And that's all true, but there is, there's more excitement in the air because it's, there's a lot of history there. There's a lot of people I know on the other side of the ball, not just the Red Georgia, but in coach, known since we were childhood friends. And then I know when I played there, when I coached there, it was always tough to come over here and play. Now, we're not going to have 85,000 people in the stands, but it was a tough place to come play at Williams-Brice Stadium. So, we're going to be ready. We're going to be ready to compete. I'll say that. That head coach, we know each other well, and not just football. We've always competed at everything we've always done, and it's been very, very spirited competitions. I'll say that.
Colin Taylor.
Mike, Bobo, first of all, do you have a favorite story of when you competed with Kirby Smart? Is there a good story that you have?
Yeah, we'll keep. There's a lot of stories, right? The main thing is, I haven't played as much golf as I used to play before I got sick, and then 5 kids, and then coaching's kind of changed with recruiting year round. But early in our coaching days, it was playing days, there was a lot of golf, and he was a class below me. So him and Dax Langley were always partners because they were the class of '94. And then myself and Travis Johnson, who was a center from North Carolina, we're always competing there. And we had the upper hand for a while, but we haven't won in a while. But some spirit. I'm not going to get into the details of the competition, but a lot of competition between 9-3 and 9-4 back in the days.
And I guess with JT Daniels, just how hard is it to game plan for a guy like that when you don't have much film on him in that system at Georgia?
Yeah, I mean, I think we got to get ready to obviously play some things or play against some of the things they did last week offensively because he's a different guy. He's a thrower. And Stetson was a thrower too, but he wasn't, he ran around a little bit. But I think they're always going to have an element to want to run the ball and be physical because of who they are, the size that they have, the backs that they have. I think they're probably, they're going to search to have a little bit more balance. I think what I want to say Washington State, but what Mississippi State did against them last week, I think forced them, to have to throw the ball a little bit more. I think you'll see a more balanced team. That's not.
I'll go out there and catch some balls for you. Play a little wide out.
But also get in tight end sets.
I like it, John. Like it, Jonathan.
Personnel
Good idea.
And run the ball. So I think that's what we all, try. I don't think they want to be totally spread and throw it every down. I think you're going to see balance, and you got to prepare for JT. He's probably more of a pocket guy. He does have good movement in the pocket to find a throwing lane. But I don't think he's going to pull it down and run like maybe Stetson or Mathis did.
Ben Brenner.
Mike, just if you have a guy like Luke in there, what does he kind of allow the offense to do differently, kind of scheme wise?
If Luke's your quarterback, I think, one, we have to work a lot more on those scramble rules, because the quarterback, if something's covered, he's gonna break out of the pocket and either look to run or look to throw. So sometimes, you don't work those as maybe as much as you would if you didn't have a mobile quarterback. But that's where a lot of big plays are generated sometimes when guys a protection breaks down or things are covered is when, you scrambling and then you actually throw the ball, not scrambling to run, but scrambling to throw. You see a lot of explosive plays happen that way. So I think, the broken play, explosives off the broken play would be the main thing. Obviously, quarterback run game is the other one.
Rick Henry.
Hey, Mike, a couple of questions. Some of the players have talked about the energy that Luke brought to practice. I was just wondering your reaction the first time you saw him make some of those plays in practice, especially as a former quarterback.
I would say this, and I've said this about Luke Doty. The times I've talked to the media, everybody loves Luke Doty because he is the ultimate team guy. He's gone out there and played receiver. He's played on special teams. Luke's having fun. Luke's excited about being in Carolina. It's not about Luke. It's about the team. And I think guys respect that. And, I know we're 2-6 and we're going through a pandemic and they've lost a coach but this guy's out there having fun playing football. And I think that resonates with the guys.
My next question, it's been a tough year for all of us with the pandemic, and some of us also face personal challenges. I was just wondering, as we approach Thanksgiving, what are you most thankful for this year?
Well, I'm thankful for, to live in a country, where we're free and able to make choices. I think that's a blessing. Sometimes we overlook, and I'm thankful that, the people that fought for this country, that were able to do that. And I'm thankful for family. And that's, my family at home, my wife and kids that support me, that love Dad no matter what. That I'm the best coach in the world, even though I know I wasn't on some Saturdays, and they're going to hug you and tell you that. And I'm thankful for the football family here at South Carolina. I've only been here, going on almost a year, but welcomed me and my family, and I'm appreciative of that. It's something my wife and I talked about last night and this morning. And you said it. It's easy to look at, things aren't going great. You're losing, you're struggling. It become a challenge for you as a coach and a player. But we have a lot to be thankful for. What we get to do and who we get to do it with, and the country we live in. There's a lot of stuff that we could say that's negative and it's not going great, but there's a lot of positives too. And that's kind of my message to the team today. I didn't get into the Thanksgiving, but I should have, since it was Thanksgiving week. But we're getting to play football, and if that's not your cup of tea right now, then, that's okay. You have an option to do, but we want to go battle with guys that enjoy it, go compete, and let's have fun, and let's enjoy these last 2 weeks.
Phil Kornbluth.
So you're saying Thanksgiving is more than just a meal to you. That's not a question. That's just kind of a statement.
No kidding, Phil.
And Coach Tanner had a chance to talk about the head coaching job. If not, do you expect to interview with him this week or next week? You consider yourself a candidate at this point?
I have not talked to Coach Tanner about any of that. I've been focused on he's asked me to lead this football team and get them ready to play and put their best foot forward, week in and week out. And I'm saying this as honest as I can, Phil. That's all I'm focused on.
John Whittle.
Mike, obviously there are a lot of things to still be decided, but have any of those seniors expressed to you that they definitely want to come back next week, or what have those conversations been like with you guys?
Those Coach Muschamp has some conversations with some guys, as the beginning of the year, and when they came out with the rule of that guys could come back. So we've got a list of guys that have said, they're going to come back. I think that'll be, a conversation for the new head coach to have with those guys.
Kyle Thomas.
Coach, talk to me about some of the conversations that you're having with your quarterbacks going into this week.
Is that we got a job to do. We got to get ready. We got to prepare. Today was day one installation, basically normal downs. When I say that, I mean first or second downs, and learning the plan, and everybody being ready to play. you've got a job to do. Your job of a quarterback is to learn what we're doing so you can go out and execute it, but it's also to be a leader of the football team. And you get and being a leader of a football team is showing up, doing your work, being a team guy. And it's not about you. That's what being a leader is, and that's been my message to those guys.
Colin Taylor.
Yeah, Mike, I guess if Luke is the starting quarterback, how comfortable do you feel with his ability to know the entire playbook, and will there be any limits to kind of what he can do on the field? I'm not asking you to give up state secrets, but just do you feel comfortable with his knowledge of the system?
Whichever quarterback's in there, we're going to do things that fit their skill set.
David Cloninger.
Hey, Mike, is there an update on Shy and DeCarrion? Could they potentially play?
Yeah, Shy Smith is, I would say, doubtful for this game. To carry on practice today, he had limited practice with the amount of periods that our training staff let him go, but I thought he looked good. So I'm expecting. I would say I didn't get the update today, but I don't want to upgrade him to probable, but I'd say he's probably questionable to probable. Offensively, I think we're Xavier Leggett's still out. Offensively, defensively, KT is questionable. Tonka Hemingway is questionable. Jordan Birch is questionable. 27 Jalen Foster is questionable. We got a lot of issues. I think we're down 16 scholarship players defensively right now from practice, but it is what it is, and we're going whoever's here willing to play, we're going to coach them up, and whoever the training staff says can play, we're going to coach them up, and we're going to go out there and battle our ass off.
Dick Cox.
I know it's Georgia week, but the big question for me this week is, are you a white meat turkey guy or dark meat turkey guy? And what's your favorite thing to eat on Thanksgiving?
Love it. That's something that we would always, now that you mentioned that, and as quarterback coach and at Georgia, when I first started, Mark Rick was in the room, and then he gradually gave it to me. But every Thanksgiving, we'd always talk about, obviously what you're thankful for, and then, hey, what's your meal? So I've done this, that tradition for 20 something years that I've been coaching. I never was a turkey guy. I'm a white meat turkey guy, but I never was a turkey guy really because I thought it was too dry until they started frying turkeys. Now they fry turkeys. I love turkey. And then my favorite, my mom's squash casserole. I would go with that. So basically what I do is I'll sit there and pick at the turkey off the tray, which you're not supposed to, and I'll eat that all throughout the day. And then when it's time for to actually sit down and eat, I fill my plate with vegetables. And then I'm gonna have some sweet tea. I hadn't had sweet tea in 5 years for Thanksgiving. Now that I'm back in the South, I'll have some sweet tea.
Ben Briner.
Hey, Mike. Kind of two questions. The first one is you said you haven't really had many of the senior day conversations with the guys just because Will had them beforehand. Correct?
I'm talking about who's coming back as a senior. That's the seniors. All the seniors are going to be involved in the senior day. But as far as who's coming back and not deciding to come back an extra year because of the NCAA, I haven't had those conversations with them because they're all playing. That would be for the next head coach to have that conversation or a conversation with them after the season.
Okay. And I kind of wanted to ask just how what has it been like doing the pre-senior day conversations with guys who could all potentially come back? Because usually it's, juniors who say they want to walk because they might go to the NFL, or redshirt juniors who might leave the program. And now you've got that conversation with guys who could potentially come back. And also
Go ahead, finish your question.
I was going to say also one football question, which is you mentioned Missouri, because of their coverages kind of left scrambling lanes. Does Georgia do similar stuff to that, or are they a little bit less on that side of things?
Hey, as far as your senior day question, we had that's something our operations guy, coach George Wynn handles, conversation with all those guys. And the bad thing about this year, senior day is a special day for all seniors. because they get recognized in front of, the fan base. And obviously we don't have a full fan, and the parents get to come on the field, but the pandemic we're in, the parents aren't going to be allowed on the field. So we addressed that with them. Coach George Wynn addressed it with them, and it's not something, they wanted to hear, because their families are a big part of their lives. But, it's what we're going through. Those are the rules.
Justin Stevenson,
So
yeah,
they'll
I
be
think
honored.
Shy will
We'll
go
take a
pro.
group
And he's
photo
already
with all
accepted
the
an invite to the
seniors.
Senior Bowl, so that's
They'll
a
take
given.
photo
Yeah,
together,
yeah,
and we'll show their family
definitely.
on the big screen. I know it was special, for me when I was a senior, and it was special for me when I was a head coach at Colorado State, to not only say thank you to those seniors, but also tell their parents and loved ones thank you. And that's an opportunity, they won't have. So maybe that'll encourage some of them, to come back and, have a true senior, season. It's been a difficult one, and I know some of them will and some of them won't. But we're not, my message to them and everybody on the team is your time is right now. Okay. It wasn't last week. It's not in the future after the season or when a new I said it's right now. Enjoy right now. Okay. Don't get focused on, what's going to happen in 2 weeks, or who Ray Tanner's going to hire, or where you're going to just enjoy being here and being part of this family and playing with these guys right now. That's my message. Okay. I'm not getting into, are you coming back? Are you staying? My focus is on right now, getting ready to play Georgia today in our practice, and then coming out and having a great practice tomorrow and learning the plan. I don't get into all that because they're playing for South Carolina, and I'm playing for the NFL right now. They're playing for South Carolina. The other thing is coverages. I expect, if Luke Doty is in the game, that we would see some coverages where he would be accounted for, whether it's a low hole, what you call a robber, have eyes, sometimes spy or drop a safety down. The thing about Georgia, they play a lot of split safety coverage because they're so good up front, whether they're in their 3 down or 4 down. They're able to play a lot of split safety and really smother you in the passing game because they can stop the run in their base defense. 3rd down is where they get really, really exotic.
Exotic.
If you've seen Georgia play, or when 3rd down happens, it's a boatload of substitutions. They got packages for all kind of guys. They got blitzes coming from everywhere. That's where you might see something different if Luke Doty was a quarterback in a 3rd down situation, because now you got to account for
Dude,
different
Doty's
plays
definitely
other
the
than drop
starter.
back
There's
pass.
no question. There's
Mike
no
Weaver?
question Doty's the starter.
Mike, what is Thursday? How will that look for you guys in terms of practice? I know Nick Muse mentioned that some of the local guys might have a chance to go back to see their families.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do, Mike. Now, the good thing is we practice in the morning, but I've always, and I think Coach did it before, even we'd be off, we'd practice in the morning and give local guys an opportunity to go home. We won't have our meetings until Friday until 1 o'clock, because it is a night game on Saturday. So they'll have a good 24 hours to go home, and then we'll stress what we have. Every time they've had any kind of off time is remember social distance, remember to wear your mask. You could come back and potentially affect not only yourself but somebody on this football team. And the kids have done a great job with that. When Coach gave them time off in the open week, they're coming back, and knock on wood, nobody tested positive. So, we'll continue to educate and give them their pointers. Our training staff and operation has done a great job of that. But we're going to allow them to go home, and hopefully, some of our players that aren't from close by, will have an opportunity to go to our other players' families' houses. That's what we've always done is, open it up and try to get everybody a place to go for Thanksgiving. We'll have our meal Wednesday night as a team, but Thursday will be about their families.
And Mike, I know Phil mentioned it a little bit earlier, the whole, do you view Thanksgiving as a meal or a holiday? The reason why that was mentioned is because a couple of years ago, Coach Muschamp actually said he just views it as a meal. So we have to ask you now, is Thanksgiving a meal or a holiday?
It's a holiday. I think it's a really, I try to, live your life where you're thankful every day. When you wake up, you ought to be thankful, that we live in a country and get to do what we get to do. But I think when it's Thanksgiving, it brings more attention to make yourself sit down and be grateful. And that's, it's something I've always tried to stress to my kids and kids that I've coached. We got a lot to be grateful for. There's gratitude, and so we'll continue to stress that. But it is, I mean, I'm basically Thanksgiving every day, as much weight as I've put on since I've been here. So I might skip the meal and just be thankful to be able to be at home with my family Thursday afternoon.
Kyle Thomas.
Coach, going off of what you just said about players opening up their homes to the players who aren't from around this area, earlier in the press conference, Nick Muse actually said that any player who's not from here is welcome to come to his house and enjoy a meal. What does that just say about the culture and mentality of the program and the brotherhood that players have created so far?
It's your family away from your family, and these guys spend a lot of time together. I mean, you got kids from all walks of life, different races, different religions, but we're one family, one team here, and guys take care of each other. And I think this is a great week. It's really been a great year to even focus more on that. And then the last week and a half, I think we've drawn us even closer. These players even closer, because sometimes they realize it is, this is all we got is us. Sometimes things happen beyond our control, but your loved ones, sometimes we take those for granted, your loved ones. And I think, these teammates they love each other.
Dick Cox.
Regardless of the records, and even back when you were playing and coaching there, though, it seems like the South Carolina-Georgia game is always a close game. Why do you think that happens?
Well, I think you got a lot of players. South Carolina's always recruited as a state of Georgia heavily, and they've always had back, from when I was playing, guys on that team that were from Georgia when I was coaching. And a lot of these kids, they know each other, and so it's very, very competitive. It's like, when you're competing against your guys you compete against your whole life, and them, you want to succeed even more. So I think that's one of the reasons.
Seeing no more hands, I guess that's a wrap. If you think of another question, call in tonight on the call-in show, 7:00 over at Backstreet's Grill.
7:00 call-in show tonight.
Thanks, guys.
Everybody have a happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay. Good stuff. Good stuff from Mike Bobo. That is the Tuesday presser, like he just confirmed, like I thought. Call-in show is tonight because Thanksgiving is Thursday, obviously. So we will obviously be tuned into that. I'm sure he's going to echo a lot of what he just said there. So it is what it is. Obviously, yeah, he coming out saying they know who the starting quarterback is. They're not going to tell us. I think it's going to be Luke Doty. And I'm not surprised they're doing that, man. These coaches, it's all gamesmanship and let me close this out. Whoops. You guys know it's all gamesmanship and all that crap. So, I mean, we probably won't know until kickoff Saturday. I think it's going to be Luke Doty. Yeah, I think 100% it's going to be Luke Doty. Guys, we got about 2 minutes left. I'm going to leave you with this, by the way. collegefootballnews.com. Goodness gracious. collegefootballnews.com giving their prediction for the South Carolina-Georgia game. I'm going to leave you with this. Okay, they say why Georgia will win, why South Carolina will win, and what's going to happen. Let's go through this. Why did they think Georgia will win? And now the Bulldogs have a quarterback. Stetson Bennett wasn't bad, and DeJuan Mathis had a few decent moments, but there's a reason JT Daniels was JT 5-star going to USC, or Southern Cal, as they should say. He was also a high school senior when he started for the Trojans. It was always going to take some time for him to grow and mature into the job. It's not exactly time to assume Daniels is going to win the Heisman after just one game, but 28 for 38 for 401 yards, 4 touchdown passes, no picks, and a downfield passing game against Mississippi State that's been painfully missing from the Georgia offense for years. You think that's an overstatement? Daniels averaged 10.6 yards per attempt last week. The offense failed to hit 10 yards per try all year and went 17 straight games as a program without getting there. Georgia only averaged over 10 yards per pass twice last season against Murray State and Arkansas State, not Mississippi State. South Carolina is allowing 9 yards per throw and gives up 278 passing yards per game. Why South Carolina will win? Georgia running game. Yeah, Daniels was fantastic, and there was no reason to go away from him in the passing game, but the running game went nowhere against Mississippi State with just 8 yards on 23 carries. 3 Mississippi State sacks and 11 tackles for loss had something to do with that. South Carolina isn't generating a whole lot of pass rush, but the run defense wasn't bad against Mizzou. Kevin Harris is a nice running back to work around, and Georgia's defense doesn't do a whole lot to get in the backfield. The Gamecocks have to hold up on the lines, and they need a few breaks. And what's going to happen? All right? What's going to happen Israel McQuamu isn't around anymore after opting out. The former star defensive back single-handedly screwed up Georgia last year with 3 interceptions, including a pick 6 in South Carolina's 20-17 win. This isn't a Gamecock team, though, that's catching or forcing a lot of positive breaks. The Georgia defense will hold down a USC offense that scored 10 points against Mizzou last week and 3 a few weeks earlier against Texas A&M, and Daniels will have another strong day. Georgia 38, South Carolina 13. That is what College Football News has for their prediction. I will drop my prediction later this week, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. A lot of fun today. Appreciate the calls, even from you damn dirty dogs that called in, guys. Quick reminder, like I said, be sure to tune in the show that dropped today. Chatted with Alex McGrath about everything going on right now, the Mizzou game, social media madness, the coaching search, the Georgia game Saturday. So tune into that show, guys. Also, a quick update for you guys that are tuned in. No live stream on Thursday and Friday. We're going to let you guys enjoy the Thanksgiving holiday. Obviously, if I do go live Friday, it may be later in the day, but right now we're going to plan on no live stream on Thursday, obviously, due to Thanksgiving, and then Friday is the holiday. I will go live yet again before the game on Saturday, though. So, guys, like I said, just roll with the punches. I know you will. Just stay tuned to all the content. But normal schedule this week as far as the podcast. We're dropping shows Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, rolling through it, guys. So you guys be sure to stay tuned for that. Appreciate you all tuning in. We'll do it again tomorrow, noon to 1, guys. Thanks so much.